28 Nigerians were slaughtered on Palm Sunday in Jos. The president flew in 4 days later and couldn't even leave the airport. He requested the grieving family to come and meet him there. On Sunday, March 29, 2026, gunmen attacked the Angwaru-Kuba community in Jos North local government area of Plateau State. At least 28 people were killed, women, children, people who were living their lives. A video went viral showing a woman clutching her dead son. That video broke Nigerians' hearts. 4 days later, not 1 day, not 2, 4 days later, President Bola Tinubu flew to Jos. Now, here is where it gets interesting. He landed at the airport and he stayed at the airport. The families of the dead, the same woman you saw in that viral video holding her son, were asked to leave their grief, leave their community and travel to the airport lounge to meet their president, not the other way around. The President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, with all his security, his convoy, his army, his police, his DSS, could not drive 40 minutes from the airport to Angwaru-Kuba to look those families in the eye at the place where their loved ones were killed. Think about that. Now, to be fair, the presidency came out and gave reasons. Presidential spokesman Bayo Onanuga said the visit was delayed because the president had a bilateral meeting with the president of Chad that ran longer than expected. He also said, and this is the part that got people talking, that the airport runway does not support night flights. So if the president drove to the massacre site and back, he might not be able to take off before dark. So according to the presidency, it was a logistics problem, not a will problem. But here's my question. Even if we accept all the logistics, even if we say, okay, fine, the timing was tight, is the airport lounge really the best you could do? Is that the symbol of leadership you want to send to 28 families who just lost everything? Because here is what those families saw. They saw a president who had time to receive a foreign leader at Aso Rock, but not enough time to stand on the ground where their children were killed. They saw a president who told them, and I want you to hear this exact quote, "I have to fly back within the next 10 minutes. 10 minutes. That is what the lives of 28 Nigerians were worth on that visit. 10 minutes. The PDP didn't hold back. They called the visit insensitive and laughable. They said, and this is strong, that the president's inability to leave the airport shows that even he is afraid of the insecurity he has allowed to fester in Plateau State. That the president of Nigeria cannot safely drive 40 minutes in a Nigerian city is itself a damning verdict on the security situation. And whether you support PDP or APC, that point deserves an honest answer. Oh, and before he flew back in his 10 minutes, Tinubu announced 5,000 CCTV cameras for Jos.
We are going to install immediately a network of cameras that will help the law enforcement agencies to identify the troublemakers instantly. Over 5,000.
Cameras are not bad, but cameras without justice, without prosecution, is like giving a drowning man a life jacket photo instead of a rope. Look, I'm not here to say Tinubu does not care. Maybe he does. Maybe the logistics were genuinely difficult. But leadership is not just about what you feel in your heart. It is about what your actions say to the people who are watching. What this airport visit said to the people of Plateau State and to every Nigerian watching is that the optics of the presidency still needs serious work. When leaders visit disaster sites, they go through the pain. They don't ask the pain to come to them. Jos deserves better than an airport lounge and 10 minutes. The 28 who died deserved better, and Nigeria deserves a conversation about why this keeps happening and why the answer is always promises, cameras and condolences. Drop your comment below. Do you think the presidency's explanation makes sense? Or was this visit a miss? Let me know. And if you are new here, subscribe, because on this channel we talk about Nigeria the way it needs to be talked about. No fear, no favor. See you in the next video.